Light is fundamental to the universe. We measure distance by the speed at which light travels. Scientists believe that nothing moves faster than light. Without light, we could not see reality. We don't really see the light itself, but we see everything in the light. Air is fundamental to human beings. We cannot live without air. We have to breathe. We cannot see the air, but we can feel it every time we take a breath. Within ourselves, that's life. Air and light are subjects that manifest themselves in objects. We sculpt an object with air, an object emitting light, sculpting the space and itself with it. It is a kind of symbiosis. Capture in air, release in light.
People say that our lamps are made of air. Sounds like a joke, but in a way that's true actually. The air fills our lamps and shapes them. But it's not just a filling material, but rather a building material. Because about the technology, how it's made, our lamps are welded from sheets of very thin material to receive two-dimensional flat shape. And when you add the air inside of it, this is the moment when the right object appears as it was designed, in its final three-dimensional form.
The technology we work with inspires us all the time. Air-fit structures have specific properties. They are flexible, soft to the touch, somehow warm, friendly. And our air-fit lamps are very lightweight, despite large dimensions. You can have 10 meters long chandelier with a weight like 20 kilos or less. This is really something. You can say it's a technology of the future.
In air-filled technology there are specific streamlined shapes, folds, flexibility. And despite the small thickness of the coating we use, 0.3–0.4 millimeters, such structures can be very durable and not easy to damage. You must know the technology you work with, as of course, as any technology, it has its own limitations. We have learned to feel air-fit technology during those 17 years of our work and research, but there are still new possibilities of using it to do it differently. It's still inspiring.
We have many more design ideas than we are able to produce. As we know, the process of implementation from design to production is very long and covers many aspects, so sometimes the idea must wait for its time.
And many of them will stay just prototypes.
You can say PuffBuff is not only about producing lamps, but most of all about two people with an idea, with a risky idea.
My adventure with airfield technology started long ago. I've been really fascinated with it since my studies, doing many experiments with it. I have inspired my partner Radek with this fascination. We set a design studio, quite interdisciplinary, working with architecture, interiors and design. We have made first prototypes of lamps, bubbles and puff, and we have showed them at trade fairs like Salone del Mobile in Milan. They have got so warm welcome there, so we have started to think how to break through with those concepts to the market. But the manufacturers were afraid to take the risk, as technology and material were so unusual.
So, in 2006, we have decided to expand our studio with production. That year, 2006, is a true beginning of PalBuff as a manufacturer, not only a design lab. When designing a new lamp, you prepare a lot of models and prototypes. Sketches and drawings are only a starting point, a conceptual base, as we work with a living material. There is a quantity of liquid medium. The form of the lamp depends on many factors here, like temperature, pressure, thickness of material we use, etc.
And we designed a structure that holds the lamp and the light source. Here, hard materials such as steel or rigid plastic must harmoniously meet the soft material. Once we have the final prototype, a steel electrode is created. It's a kind of a mold for welding the foil, to obtain our container for air from a flat material. At this stage the electrode is reworked, often several times, until we are sure that this is it. To transform 2D into 3D, two-dimensional into three-dimensional, and to get the form you want, you have to sweat a little.
Our lamps are built of various components. There are air-filled ones, metal and plastic parts, electrical and optoelectronical elements. The elements are produced for us by manufacturers with whom we cooperate. These manufacturers are usually small local companies, often family businesses, craftsmen. We've been working with them for years.
For example, our metalman. His small factory in Warsaw is a business with traditions, run by his family for generations. He works with us on production and also prototypes. We appreciate his knowledge of metal very much. We have learned a lot from him.
To jest właśnie to, że to jest na wysokości oczu i to akurat widać tą linię jakby, nie?
The other two companies make inflatable parts for us. There are not many such producers left in Europe. Years ago, there have been a dozen of them in Poland. Today there are just a few. We make limited series of products from high quality materials, that's why we produce them in Poland. Supporting local industry is also part of our philosophy. We cooperate with experienced team of electricians. For over 15 years they've been making our LED installations and electronics. Our manufacturers are amazing. They are experienced and still ready to experiment. They are masters in every way.
final assembly of lamps from components takes place in our studio lab in Warsaw. And from here our lamps are shipped into the world.
We have good traditions of industrial design in Poland. Already after World War II we had world-class designers. But so many years beyond the Iron Curtain did the job. Their work remained not known to a wider audience. When design in Poland have reborn in the 90s, we were students of architecture and design. In 2004, Poland entered the European Union, and the same year we have established our studio. We've landed in the world of design a bit as if from Mars, at least from some exotic, little-known place. What we could rely on was our unconventional thinking and versatility. In poor country like Poland for many years, you have to be really creative to survive.
I think the greatest achievement of PuffBuff is that we have transformed our vision into real products. And the key is to prepare market products, successfully promote it and sell it, providing the right balance between our vision and customers' needs. So I have the marketing issues always in the back of my mind, but the quality of design process is on the first place.
A nice highlight of our work is the fact that our lamp became a part of permanent collection of the National Museum in Warsaw, the exhibition of Polish design. It's very ennobling to be there, next to so many design icons.
There are also awards that we have received for our design. It's nice to be honored. It gives you a drive to work.
And I'm driven to work by the joy I see in the eyes of people visiting us at trade fairs. It's so wonderful when people act like children, playing with our lamps, touching them, exploring. Then I think I created something that gives people joy.